Good evening, all of you. So once again, good evening, all of you. So I wish you a happy Holi. So let us start this session. So in day 6, we are going to discuss about operators and expressions. So in day 6, we are discuss some of the operators. Now in day 7, we will going to continue. So in day 6, just I will review what you have discussed in day 6. So different types of operators we are discussed in previous day 6. So that is arithmetic operators you are discussed in last class, and assignment operators, conditional operators, relational operators and logical operators, and bitwise operators, and increment and decrement operator, and special operators. So in day 6 we already discussed about arithmetic operators, like the arithmetic operators are plus, minus, multiplication, division and modular operators, and these are the precedents of operators. The first precedence is goes to the parenthesis, and second precedence will be goes to multiplication and division and module, and the last precedence is goes to plus and minus. So this is a program we are going to discuss in the day 6. And after that we are discussed already about assignment operators. So what is assignment operator? So assignment operators are used to assign the result of an expression to a variable. So for example, k is equal to 0, so I'm going to assign 0 to k identifier or variable. So by using a is equal to operator, we'll go and assign values to the identifiers. So here k is identifier or variable. I'm going to assign 0 to k. And similarly, you are already discussed about different types of assignment operators and followed by shorthand operators. So for example, if the assignment operator will be a is equal to a plus 1, then you have to write this in shorthand operator as a plus is equal to 1. And similarly, a is equal to a minus 1, you have to write this assignment operator as a minus is equal to 1. So like that you have tried for assignment operators, you have tried in the form of a shorthand operators. And you already discussed a conditional operator or ternary operator. So just I will going to give a review on conditional operator and ternary operator. So the conditional operators can use a question mark and a colon, are sometimes called as a ternary operator. So the question mark and colon are called as a conditional operator or ternary operators. So the question mark and colon, like the conditional operator or ternary operator, is going to acting like as a if else statement in C language. So but here you're not going to use if keyword or else keyword for writing of a condition. So instead of using a if and else keywords, you have tried the syntax like this. So like expression 1 question mark followed by expression 2 colon expression 3. So this means that if the expression 1 is satisfied, then it will go and execute expression 2, and if the expression 1 is not satisfied, that means if the expression 1 is false, then it will go and execute the expression 3. And here I give an example 3 greater than 2. So if this condition is true, then it will go and return true. If the condition is false, then it will go and return false. And also already discussed about relational operators. So the relational operators are used to compare arithmetic, logical and character expressions. For comparison purpose, we'll going to use this relational operators. So the relational operators are is equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. So what is the difference between equal, that is a assignment operator, and is equal operator? So the difference is that equal operator is used for to assign values to the identifiers or variables. So whereas is equal to is used for to compare. For comparison, at the time of comparing of expression or value, you have to use is equal to symbol, that is a double equal symbol. So that is the only difference here. So logical operators are already discussed. So logical and, logical or, and logical not. And bitwise operators. So bitwise operators will going to continue from this bitwise operator onwards. So the bitwise different types of bitwise operators. So what is the bitwise operators? The operators are used to operate with the bits of data. So we are going to dealing only zeros and ones. Bits. The data will be in the form of zeros and ones. So for that we have to use this bitwise operators. So different types of bitwise operators are complement operator, right shift operator, and left shift operator, and bitwise and, bitwise or, and bitwise exclusive or. So this is an example for a complement operator. So this is a number. So here I am going to declare a number equal to 10. I am going to assign number equal to 10. So this is a digit number. So if you want to find out complement of 10 digits, then you have to uh, first of all you need to convert this digit into binary form. So after converting binary form, then you will going to apply ones complement, that is you have to convert first you have to convert 0 into 1 and 1 into 0. After that you can add 1 to the given ones complement. You will get the solution for the complement operations. Or otherwise simply you have to uh, convert convert the number into binary format, and after that you can apply the complement of that number. So we'll get the answer for this. So and the second one is a program on right shift operators. So for example, so here I'm going to enter uh, x value, and after that I'm going to use a right shift operation. So y is equal to x right shift of 2. So that means we're going to shift the 2 bits to right hand side. So we're going to shift the 2 bits of binary bits to 2 bits right hand side. So for find outing easy way of right shift operator, you have to use this formula. So if it is a right shift operator, you have to use this formula, y is equal to n by 2 power s. So n by 2 power s. So whereas n indicate that number, and s is the number of position to be shifted. So in this example, I want shifted 2 bits to right hand side. So that means s is a the s value here, it is a 2, and n is nothing but x value. So what is the x value or what is the n value? We are going to read from the keyboard. That will be substitute in the place of n by 2 power s. The number of shiftings are, here I am using 2 shiftings to right hand side. So then you have to write 2 power s, that is a 2 power 2. So we'll get solution for the right shift operators. So this is a shortcut for find out a right shift operators. And it is an example for left shift operators. So it is a left shift operator. If it is a left shift operator, you have to use formula y is equal to n into 2 power s. So here n is you have to read a number from the keyboard, and after that S is indicate that number of shiftings to left hand side. So if it is a right shift operator, you have to use y is equal to n by 2 power s. If it is a left shift operator, you have to use y is equal to n into 2 power s. Then you will get the y value. So that y value we are going to print. So that is a bitwise operators, and the next operator is increment and decrement operators. So the increment and decrement operators uh, also called unary operators. So like plus plus and minus minus. So it is a minus minus. So it will be combine the entire minus minus operation. So the plus plus is an increment operator, and minus minus is a decrement operator. So what is the plus plus indicates? So the plus plus operator add 1 to its operand. So for example, a plus plus. So for example, a is equal to 10 and a plus plus. So that means which will going to incremented by 1. So then a value will be 11. So plus plus indicate that which will going to incremented by 1. So whereas minus minus indicates that which will going to decremented by 1. So that is the only the difference here. So if it is a minus minus, so if it is a minus minus, which will going to decremented by 1. So that is the only the difference here. So if it is a minus minus, it will going to decremented by 1, or it will going to subtract by 1. So now let us see one of the example on increment operator. So here I am going to declare the variables uh, x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. So I am going to assign x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. So then I am going to use expression z is equal to x into y plus plus. Z is equal to x into y plus plus. So here, so what is the value of z here? So what is the value of z here? So the value of z is x. So what is x here? 10. So 10 into y plus plus. So 10 into y plus plus. So it is a, so if we use plus plus operator after the operands like y plus plus. If we use a plus plus operator after the operands, okay, so then uh, which will be then the value of y cannot be going to incremented. So like the best example is postpaid and prepaid. So you all of you you are using only prepaid mobile networks. So some people are using postpaid SIM. So that means that what is the difference between prepaid SIM and postpaid SIM? So the difference is that in postpaid, first you can use you can it will be allowed to call, and after completion of 1 month they will go to generate the bill. So that means you are not going to recharge before. So after calling, after using 1 month, they will go and generate the bill. So that is called postpaid. So if it is a prepaid, first you have to recharge your SIM. After that, according to given recharge amount like 50 rupees, then you have to use that amount through the entire 1 month. So that is a prepaid. So similarly here also, if it is a if it is a so if it is a it is this expression is called as a uh, post post increment. Okay, post increment. So that means what is the value of y is there here, that value will be directly assigned. So what is the value of y? I'm going to assign here, that value will be directly assigned to y plus plus. So later that value will be goes to incremented by 1. So that's why in z value it will go and print x value is 10 into y plus plus. That is, a y value will be directly assigned first. So the value of y will be assigned first. So that's why 10 into 20. So that is equal to z is equal to 200 we will get. I hope you will be understanding what I am saying. So if you have any queries, so please post in the chat box. So I will try to answer your queries. So I will spend 10 minutes of time for answering of your queries. So if you have any doubts, you can post your queries in the chat box. So here y plus plus, so it is a post increment. So that means that what is the value of y is there, that value will be add first. So it will go to assign y value directly. That is the x value is 10 into and y value will be 20. So then I got z is equal to 200. So later if the same term, that is a y term, we are using in the next expression, that is a is equal to x into y. So a is equal to x into y. So in this expression, the value of y is going to incremented by 1, and that value will be assigned to next expression, that is a is equal to x into y. So here the y value will be 21, and whereas the x value will be, it will be assigned to 10. So 10 into 21 we will get a is equal to 210. So that is a y plus plus. I hope you are understanding what I am saying. So if it is a post increment operator, so first the value will be assigned to that expression. So later, if the same term you are using in the expression, so then the y value will be going to incremented by 1, and that value will be assigned to the next term. So that's why I got a is equal to 10 into 21. Then I got a 210. That is a value. And if it is a z value, so x value will be 10 and the y value will be assigned directly. The y value will be assigned to y. So that's why, so 10 into 20, that is equal to 200, which will going to print. So for example, I'm going to write I'm going to write same expression. So for example, I'm going to write same expression. Z is equal to, so z is equal to x into and plus plus y. So z is equal to x into plus plus y. So let us take x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. So let us take x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 20. Then what is the value of z? So what is the value of z here? So here z is equal to x. I am writing the expression x into plus plus y. Okay. So z is equal to x value. So what is x value here? I am assigned. So that is a 10. So 10 into, so here it is a pre-increment operator. So the symbols, the plus plus symbol you are using before the operands. So you are using plus plus operators before the operands. So this will be called as a pre-increment. So that's why the y value will be going to incremented first. So pre-increment, you have to recharge your SIM, then you have to use in an entire 30 day in the month. Okay, clear. So similarly, so I'm using here plus plus y. So that's why the y value will be incremented first. So then the y value will be 21. And now I got z is equal to 210. So that is a z value. So for example, if I use a is equal to x into y. So then what is the a value? So that is equal to x value will be 10 into, and what is the y value? So what is the y value? It is a post increment operator. So the y value will be already incremented by 1. So that's why it will be if it is a 20, it will be incremented immediately and assign that value to the plus y. So later I'm using another expression, a is equal to x into y. So then the x value will be 10 and y value will be 21. Okay, then I got a is equal to 210. I hope you will be understanding what I am saying. So if it is a plus operator, so if it is a plus operation, so it is called as a pre-increment. So first it will go and increment, then that value will be assigned immediately. So if it is a y plus plus, so it is a post increment. So if it is a post increment, the y value, for example, here I am take y is equal to 10. So then what is a plus y here? So what is a plus y here? So the plus y will be, it will be incremented immediately. So it will go to increment y value immediately and it will assign to the same expression. So that's why plus y will be got 11. So if it is a increment operation, so first the y value will be assigned to this expression. So that's why the y value will be, 10 only. I hope you will be understanding what I am saying. If it is a pre-increment, then the y value will be immediately increment by 1 and that value will be assigned directly into that expression. So if it is a post increment, then the y value, first it will assign the value. So later expression, later the y value is any term is there, then it will go and incremented by 1. So similarly, if it is a minus operator, so if it is a minus, that is a decrement operator. So then it will go decremented by 1. And similarly, and if it is a y minus. So then what is the value of minus y? So plus increment operator, plus is nothing but it will go incremented by 1. So minus is nothing but it will go decremented by 1. So now what is the output what is the value of y here? So it is a pre-decrement operator. So it is a pre-decrement operator. So that's why the y value will be decremented and immediately assigned to this expression. And it is a post decrement operator. So that's why the y value will be assigned first. Okay, the y value will be assigned first. So later the y value will be decremented by 1. So then I got y is equal to 9. I hope you will be understanding what I am saying. So I will repeat once again. So if it is a pre-decrement operator, so then the y value will be decremented immediately and that value will be assigned to expression. So if it is a post decrement operator, then the y value will be add first, later the y value will be going to decremented by 1. So that is a difference between increment operator and decrement operators. So in this example, it is a post increment operator. So that's why the y value will be add first, later the y value will be goes to incremented by 1. So that's why I got z is equal to 200, whereas a is equal to I got 210. So if you have any queries, so please post it in the chat box so that I will going to answer your queries. And the last operator is a special operator. So the special operators are size of operator and comma operator and address of operator or ampersand operator or star operator. So it is called as a value at address operator. Value at address operator. So let us see the first special operator, size of operator. So what is the size of operator? So with the help of this size of operator, you have to find out how many bytes. the data type which will going to occupy. So by using a size of followed by variable x. So here the variable x can be declared in the integer data type. So according to the integer data type, the integer is going to occupy 2 bytes of memory. So 2 bytes. So then if you want to display how many bytes the integer data type is going to occupy, then you have to use size of operator. So size of followed by uh, size of, it is a size of, so it is a size of and followed by variable name. So it is a integer data type or it is a float data type. So whatever data type it is there, so that value will be goes to convert, that value is going to find out number of bytes. So how many bytes the integer data type is going to occupy, that number of bytes which will go and display on your screen. So by using a size of operator, you have to know how many bytes of data is going to occupy. So if it is integer data, then by using the size of operator, you want to know the 2 bytes is going to occupy for integer data type. So if it is a float data type, then you have to know how many bytes of float data type which will going to occupy. So then I want to use y. So the float data type is going to occupy 4 bytes of memory. And similarly, if I put size of operator. So by using the size of operator, you want to know how many bytes of memory which will going to occupied by integer, character, float data types. And second one is comma operators. So the syntax is like variable 1 comma, variable 2 comma, and so on. Okay, the simple example like 2 plus 3 comma 5 minus 4, or you can use a comma b comma c comma. So with help of a comma symbol, you have to separate the variables, or separate the identifiers, or separate the expressions like 2 plus 3 comma 5 minus 4. So that is a comma operators. And also will be use address operator. So where you can use address operator? So at the time of reading of values from the keyboard, at the time of reading of values by using a scanner function, you have to use the address of x or address of y. Okay, and at the time of printing of same variables, if you are using address, then it will go and return memory address. So where the X value will be stored into the computer memory, on that location it contains some address, some value. That value is going to printed on the screen. So whereas by using a scanner function, you have to read some numbers from the keyboard. So for example, I'm going to use scanf and followed by let us take my data type is integer data type, then the formatted string is %d and followed by address of x. So here the scanf function is used for to read some values from the keyboard. So here in this example I want to read only one value from the keyboard, and what is the value you are going to read from the keyboard, that value will be stored in the memory location. So this, so what is the address? What is the value? Where the value will be stored? So that entire concept you have to discuss under pointers concepts. So at the time of discussing about pointers, I will explain once again. So what is a star operator and what is address operator? So I will explain in the concept of pointers. So that is about special operators, size of operator. By using a size of operator, you want to know how many bytes of data type which will go to occupy, and a comma operator for separation of identifiers or variables. You have to use comma operator for finding a address where the value will be stored into the computer memory. So if you want to display that address location, you have to use address operator and star operator. So the star operator indicates that it will go display value at address location. So and on that particular location, what is the value which will going to store? That value is going to return with help of a star. So these two operators can be used in pointer concepts. So I will explain neatly at the time of discussing about pointers concepts once again. So that is about size of operators. And let us see the next one, formatted and unformatted functions. So what is the formatted functions? So the formatted functions like what are the functions they are going to use it in our program? Like for example, input functions and output functions. Like a scanf is a input function, and output function printf is a output function. So what is the difference between formatted and unformatted functions? So the difference between formatted and unformatted functions are, the formatted function is going to read and write all types of data values. So with help of a formatted functions, you are going to read all types of data values. So you are going to read and write all types of data values. So that is you can read with help of a scanf function or with help of a printf function. You have to read uh, integer data type or float data types or character data type or long integer or short integer, and all variables will going to read, and similarly you have to write onto the screen. So for that you have to use conversion symbol for identify the data types. For example, if you are using a integer data type, then you have to use conversion symbol will be %d. And if you are using a character data type, then you have to use a conversion symbol will be %c or %s. And if you are using a float data type, then you have to use a %f. Conversion symbol is %f. So the formatted functions read and write all types of data values. So that means it can read and write integer type of data, or float type of data, or character type of data, or string type of data, which will going to read. And similarly, for read and write all these type of data, it will require conversion symbol for identifying different types of data types. And whereas in unformatted function, we're going to use only one character, only one data type. So that is we are using only character data type. So that's why you don't want the required conversion symbol. So whereas in a formatted function, you are using different types of data types for reading and writing. So that's why it will require conversion symbol in a formatted functions. Whereas in unformatted functions, it will be or we are using only character data type only. We are using only character type of data. So that's why it has not required conversion symbol in unformatted functions. So these are the different types of input and output functions, formatted functions and unformatted functions. The formatted functions, again, it will become sort of input and output function. So the input function is a scanf function. So by using this scanf function, you have to read some values from the keyboard. And by using a printf function, you have to display same what is the values you are going to read from the keyboard, same values will be going to display on the screen with the help of a printf function. So whereas in unformatted function, again it contains two types, input functions and output functions, get getchar and gets. So getchar all are used for character input functions. And gets, so s indicate that string. If you want to read a string type of data, then you have to use gets. So these all four are comes under unformatted input functions. So whereas unformatted output functions are putch, putchar and puts. So puts h and putchar are character data types, and puts s is a string data type. So if you want to read single characters, and you can read entire collection of characters. So the collection of characters called as a string. So with help of a getchar, you have to read only one character, and with help of gets, you have to read group of characters. So similarly, if you can use puts h and put char, you have to display single characters on the screen, and by using a puts, you have to display string on the screen. So that is about formatted and unformatted. So I will continue more information about formatted and unformatted in the next class. So until now, if you have any doubts in this today's session, you can post in the chat box. So I will try to answer your queries. So if you have any queries, you can post it in the chat box. So the attendance link will be shared in the WhatsApp group, as well as I'm going to share it in the day 7 under comment section. So today class is useful to you. If it is useful, or if you are understanding today class, so can give a yes in the chat box. So the chat box is meant for only subscribers. So if you subscribe this channel, then you have to interact with me. So please interact with me. So you can subscribe this channel, and you can post your queries in chat box. Okay, if you don't have any doubts, so that's all about today's session, and we will go and meet in the day 8. Thank you.